Welcome to the second episode of 2022. This is JBBR-ish. Adam, what the hell are we doing today?
Well, we're doing something a little different than last time.
Well, I think it's probably more than a little different.
So, actually, we're kind of excited about this episode. We're going to be bringing back something that we actually did in a previous episode, but we're going to be comparing it with
something
a different version of the same thing.
It is something similar, but is not the same.
Do we show what it is?
No.
No?
We use the King Sue first.
Okay.
And as you might have guessed, yes, this episode includes my favorite IPA of all time from Toppling Goliath. Shout out to those guys. You guys have been awesome on Instagram replying to us. We really do appreciate it.
We do.
Obviously, we have the great and mighty King Sue Double IPA from Toppling Goliath.
A phenomenal beer.
Phenomenal beer. My 10 out of 10. So as everyone knows, Toppling Goliath makes fantastic IPAs.
This is a double.
And this
IPA.
is a double IPA. I'll go ahead and pour yours, Adam.
Words
are hard.
They are very hard.
Let's see.
Learn how to English.
Learn how to English.
Nice pour.
Thank you. I learned from my mom.
I'm very proud.
Love you, Mom. Glad you're watching the show now.
Speaking of, did you see, the new way that, people are, discovering that you can pour beers?
Yeah, there's, a bunch of different ways.
They put, the glass on top of, a bottle or a can, and then you literally just flip it completely perfect.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden the beer just rises, and then when it hits the air bubble, it just stops.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's wild.
So, obviously, we have the good old King of Kings, King Sue. Oh, okay, so we're doing that now.
Poured yours a little higher.
Oh, sorry.
We're keeping it fair.
So,
we're all about fairness here.
We're not just drinking King Sue Double IPA. We're also going to be comparing it, but we will show you that in a second after we have a drink. Cheers, my friend.
It is so good.
So good.
Honestly, the more that I keep drinking it,
You might think us as Toppling Goliath fanboys, which we kind of are, but you can't not be a fan of perfection. Honestly, it's perfect. It's fantastic.
I feel bad because I need to backtrack on myself because I love Pseudo Sue. Pseudo Sue is always going to hold a special place in my heart, but I think it's finally time that I admit that this is better.
Yeah, and I also want to, like I said this, I'm pretty sure I said this in a previous episode, shout out my friend Brendan, who will be being featured on this channel at some point. For a special episode that the two of us are going to do. We just need to figure out our schedules and how we can make that happen. But even he's tried this, and he's like, dude, I love this beer. This beer is fantastic. And I'm like, I told you. And I don't even think he's that big of an IPA guy.
It's the perfect thing just to kind of get you into it.
And even he was like, dude, this is so good. Thank you for turning me on to this. I'm like, that's exactly what we wanted. We want people to try stuff that they've seen or might have noticed in the, liquor store where they could see it like, oh, I saw that on the show. I might go and try that. So they'll go and grab it and try it. Maybe they'll like it, maybe they won't. But yeah, he absolutely loved this beer, as most everyone should.
And that's a testament.
Yes, yes.
We know what we're talking about to an extent.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, as we are reviewing this beer as well, just as a little bit, I mean, I will always, we're just going to skip past, the taste, the flavors and stuff. We've already gone over it, the citrus, the smoothness of it. It's still my 10 out of 10 because that is the one IPA that got me turned on to IPAs. And there's not much more else I can say about it. It's that good.
It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
Highly recommend. I think I'm about to the point where I have to say, I think it's my 10 out of 10 also. Until you try this next one.
Oh boy.
I have already had this. He has not tried it. We got to finish these first.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, we got to get rid of these so we can make room in our glasses for what's coming next. And we'll tell you why this is actually kind of a little special episode.
It's a special episode. Chuck.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and just move this one to the side. Keep her in frame.
Keep it in frame.
So we can bring in...
What is that?
The double dry hop King Sue. So, the thing I am excited about for this episode is I feel like a lot of people that are just, even myself and Blake even, you don't really understand what the difference is. Like when you're trying different variations, like, I mean, Toppling Goliath is known for coming out with like Mosaic dry hop, like Galaxy dry hop, like double dry hop, different variations of their popular beers. And you'll be sitting there thinking like, wow, this is really good. But how is it different from the real thing? And that's what we're hoping to accomplish today. You know,
They're fighting. It's like Jurassic Park all over again.
it's like Robin Williams and Mrs. Doubtfire.
I'm trying to remember the scene, and I feel ashamed that I don't remember the scene.
He's like, it's when he gets the new job on the the new TV station, and he's like the kids channel, and he's just playing with the dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, like he's cleaning because he's like a janitor. Yeah. I miss Robin Williams.
But so yeah, we're excited about this episode, and we're trying to turn this back onto a lighter note. Let's revive the scene.
God.
But no, we
went
are.
dark.
We're very excited to be doing this episode because we want to be able to not only for ourselves try them side by side and figure out what makes it different, but also to tell you guys what makes it different. Is it better? Is it not as good? But we're here to find out.
Exactly. You know, Adam had sent me a photo.
I'm going to go ahead and pour.
Adam had sent me a photo that he was like, my wife's dad sent me this. And I'm like, what the hell is that? He sent you that? As in, like, I thought he had sent a box of the double dry hop. He's like, no, he sent me a photo of it. I'm like, oh, okay. You should have clarified that. I'm not smart
waiting in
enough.
the fridge for me for Christmas.
I was not smart enough for that. And I saw that, I'm like, what exactly entails a double dry hop? We don't, like, I'm like, it can't be as good as King Sue, as far as I know. That's just my opinion. And I haven't tried it yet, so honestly, I have, no opinions of this beer yet. But from Adam's suggestions, or what Adam said, is that it's amazing.
It is. It's very good. Let's go ahead and read the difference in, like, the descriptions. So we'll start with the King Sue. This lusciously hazy double IPA gains its bold flavors of mango, orange, and pineapple from the use of the delicious Citra hop. All hail the king. You definitely get those flavors.
Oh yeah, you get all the citrusy, you get the pineapple, like orange and grapefruit, or
Right.
Whenever I think of IPAs, because of the bitterness that comes with IPAs, I always think of grapefruit bitterness. That's mainly the thing. But this one goes out of its way for the citrus part.
It's more fruity. It's definitely got more of a fruity undertone to it.
Yeah, and as I said, my 10 out of 10, love this beer. Now, I looked at it just a little bit, and it looked extremely similar to...
Yeah.
that.
So this one, all it says, Citra hops gives King Sue its bold flavors of mango, orange, and pineapple. This double dry hopped version packs even more flavor into each can. So I guess that's on us to try. So, as far as color, I think it's definitely more...
It seems lighter.
It's almost more of like a gray tone.
A little bit,
like,
yeah.
It's not as bright and vibrant.
No. If you compare this to the King Sue looks very orangey.
Yeah.
This one
a little more.
It's dull. But it doesn't look sickly. I should say. No.
It's not bad.
It's more. It's dull. It's duller.
It's almost like it's more. I think the thing is, like, they're talking about packing more flavor. It might be just more dense.
Yes,
like it's more stuff they're putting into it.
Right.
Dense.
Right. So, oh my God.
You get a lot.
I get a lot more
nose.
a lot more citrusy.
Yeah.
A lot more citrus.
I'm smelling.
That is crazy.
Yeah, you smell a lot of mango and a lot of.
I do smell a mango. I do smell like more like orange or grapefruitiness.
It smells amazing.
I feel
I
like
am very excited
this,
for you of all people to try this.
If this is supposed to be a more accentuated flavors, I feel like if it's not as like tart or like as bitter as the normal as the King Sue IPA, I feel like there could be a way to make this into an old fashioned. A way. I didn't say it was going to be exactly, but like how we did your episode, how you made your old fashioned. With the citrusy and the orange juice that you used,
it could be
I feel like there's a
spin on this show.
Yeah,
like, additional cocktail ideas. I'm for it.
But obviously, I'm stretching. But from what I'm smelling off of this, it smells fantastic.
Yeah,
which is crazy because whenever I smell one of these, with one of these, you smell mostly like the beer, the hops.
Right.
You smell the beer part of it. With this one, I'm getting the
minimal
orange.
Beer smell.
A minimal beer,
a lot of fruit and citrus.
It's crazy.
It's very good.
Like, I'm in love with this already, and I haven't even tasted it yet. And I know once I taste it, I'm like, fuck this King Sue, I don't want it anymore.
No, you can't do that. It's always tried and true. But we're gonna give it a go. Cheers, everybody. That's so good. That's so good. Right off the jump, like for me, the first taste you get is pineapple. The pineapple hits, it kind of soothes into a mango, and then after you swallow it, you definitely get more orange and citrus. What do you think?
I'm processing right now.
So for me, like I said,
it's going to take me a second to like.
For me, like I said, I think it kind of comes in stages. Like the tastes that are supposed to be there, it depends on. As weird as it sounds, it depends on what part of your tongue and your taste buds it's hitting. It's definitely when you swallow, it's definitely more citrus, and you can feel it, and it's like almost like is resonating even the right word to use? Like something that's just kind of lingering along. Because I taste that pineapple and mango like right in the initial parts of the drink, but then it's very citrusy and hoppy, and I love it.
This is going to be really hard.
Why is that? There's also like a hint of grapefruit there.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's that citrus hitting the back of the tongue, and it's definitely grapefruity and hoppy, which I wonder if is like a combination of the orange essence and the hops and all of that just kind of mixed into one. It's delicious. I'm waiting for him to actually give his review because he was the guy that's the big King Sue fan.
This is really hard, Adam.
I need you to just like say some words.
I'm really trying to find the words right now.
Is it good or is it bad? Better, worse?
I think it's a good IPA.
It's a double IPA.
I think it's a good double IPA. I keep taking sips because
it's a little bit. It's more hop heavy in my opinion.
Because here's the thing, I knew what to expect with this one when we first reviewed it. This one, not so much. And the thing is, because it's a double hop, I'm getting a lot of the hops, obviously.
And I like that in a beer.
It's like, but, I know what you mean, because at first, like, when I did that sip just now, like, I wasn't getting the citrus, the pineapple or the orange or the grapefruit citrusy part, until I took that second sip. And I'm still needing like several sips to like really process and get the flavor.
Yeah. So Toppling Goliath also has another beer called Pompeii Beach. It's a like pineapple tropical mix of like one of their more popular beers, Pompeii, and I really like that. I like that one a lot. It's hard to find around here, so every time, well, I guess I'll go into this. My wife is from Iowa. Her family lives in Iowa, so that's why I keep coming back with all these different types of Toppling Goliath beers, because when I go to visit them, they have more access to different stuff than we do here in Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Pompeii Beach has a lot more of a pineapple taste to it, and I think that's because I've had that before. That's why I can kind of get the pineapple taste out of this.
Mm-hmm. So, give me 1 second here. I'm going to take a sip of this.
Take a drink from the can.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Man,
It's different, isn't it?
it's very different. It is extremely different. And the thing is, it's the double hops.
To me, this is my preference.
Okay.
Because this is, to me, this is the best of both worlds. Because I like Pseudo Sue because it's a little more hop heavy and a little more hop forward.
And that,
this one is a little less that.
Right.
So this, to me, has a little more hop to it.
Mm-hmm.
But it also has, like, the taste of King Sue. So I'm a huge fan.
Right. So,
is it more of a specific kind of audience kind of thing?
Honestly, I'm going to say yes. I think it's a really good beer. I think it's a great IPA. Something about it just isn't doing it for me. And I'm pretty sure it's the hops. You know, this is probably going to be like one of the first times on this channel that Adam and I will probably disagree. I really hate doing that because this is just my opinion. You know, like I think this as a beer itself, if I had these, absolutely, I would drink them. I think they're a good beer and I would drink them. In comparison, for me personally, I think this doesn't really have to be which one's better because it's all
subjective.
Exactly. It's all subjective.
This is our rankings. You guys can find something entirely different that you like way more than all this stuff.
Right.
This is just our opinion.
Right. I still find this one a little more enjoyable for me.
That's fair.
And it's nothing to do with the fact of like, oh, it's my favorite IPA ever. It's literally the fact of the hops for me personally is just a little too much for me.
I get it.
Like, but I can see what you're saying with the grapefruit and the citrus and everything like that.
I don't think they're lying about double the flavor. Like, even more flavor. I think that's the thing, is I feel like a lot of it is all the flavor in this is just heightened in here.
Mm-hmm.
And it hits stronger, and when it does that, you're getting a lot more of that hop taste. And like we said, it's probably more suited to a specific kind of audience.
Right.
And I'm a huge fan because for me, this is the thing that bridged the gap for me. Because I love King Sue, but Pseudo Sue is very special to me, and it's a little more hoppy. So this is that in the middle zone.
For you, me. That is like your perfect beer.
That is my perfect beer.
Right. And I get that 100%. The thing is, just for me, it's like I feel like the hops is just too much for me personally.
And I get it.
And I feel really bad because you clearly love this beer, and I get it 100%.
Well, that just means I got 3 more cans for myself.
Exactly. But like I've said, it's a good beer. I do like it. It is a good beer. I'm not going to say like, oh, this is terrible. I don't like it. No, I think this is a very good beer. But in comparison to its father, I
don't even know if it's father. I think it's just predecessor.
I'm going to say father because I think it's funnier. The nice thing with the original King Sue is you definitely... I know you said, like, this one brings out more of the flavors and everything, but for me, it's like I think mainly what it is I'm getting much more of the citrus, the sweetness. I'm getting a little more of that in this. And I'm still really trying to, like, bring out more from this, And like I said, it's a good beer. I like it. It's good. I don't think it's better, though.
That's fair.
And I feel really bad. I really do feel bad.
It's all subjective. Are you Team Adam, Team Blake? Where are you at? Let's Twilight.
I was gonna say,
let's Twilight this shit.
I was gonna say it's like Twilight. Are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
Team Adam, Team Blake.
You team.
What side are you on?
You on Team Double Hop or Team Original? God damn. Oh, but I mean, overall, this beer by itself, if we're not comparing the two, I think it's a really good beer. I do like it.
It's not a preference.
Not a preference. No, honestly.
I get it.
And I feel, and like I said, I feel really bad.
You don't need to feel bad. It's a preference.
I do feel bad though.
It's a preference. You like what you like. This just isn't doing it for you, and I get it. But this, for me, is doing it for me.
Maybe I just don't have enough sensitive enough palate to enjoy it properly.
Maybe
it's my genetics. Thanks, Dad.
All right. Anyway, where's your rating at? We're gonna go out of 5. I think it's fair to keep the beers at a 5.
Well,
like the nicer.
We did this at a 10.
Did we?
Yes. I feel like that's only fair that we also do this 1 out of 10.
Okay.
So if you want to go ahead and go first, you're more than welcome to.
10. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. Like I said, I am finally getting to the point where I'm starting to realize that I think King Sue is better than Pseudo Sue, but because Pseudo Sue has that special place.
It's the special place. It's like when you drink your first beer at a party you're not supposed to be at because your parents don't know you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
I hope mom and dad aren't watching this.
It's like for me, my first beer was my first beer at like a party where I was able
Keystone Light for me.
Was it really? Oh my god. That's awful, dude. But like for me personally, when I was in high school, and I went to a party during the summer, and they had Budweiser, like regular Budweiser. Ooh. That was my first introduction to actually drinking beer.
Bud Heavy is my first love of beer.
So Keystone isn't then?
Oh God, no.
So and that's kind of how I relate to this, because. It's the whole deal of it's your first beer that you've had, like, and it was just, it's just memorable,
right?
So I'm gonna give this one. This is a beer I would drink. I would enjoy it, but since we're comparing it, I'm giving this probably a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. I can take it. And I can take that.
Honestly, if the King Sue was completely out of the picture, and we were just doing the double hop, I would probably give it, a higher rating.
Yeah.
But the fact we're comparing this to my favorite IPA, it's like I'm trying to take that completely out of it and not make it personal. Right. But, it's a good beer. I like it. But it also, like I said, if I go to a party and they have King Sue's and they have the double hops, I'm going to go with this one.
Yeah.
Having said that, I still like this beer. I still think it's good. I love a good IPA, and this is definitely a good IPA. So.
I guess I'm speaking to all the Pseudo Sue fans out there. If you're a fan of Pseudo Sue, and King Su just isn't quite doing it for you. Seriously, give this one a try. Because I do. I feel like this is like the perfect thing that just bridges that gap. And it's a phenomenal beer. In my opinion.
And as I'm drinking it right now, as I'm sipping on the last of it that I have, I'm just like it's still growing on me.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's kind of the case with most IPAs with me. Like, it kind of has to grow on me a little bit.
I hated IPAs at first.
Mm-hmm.
Until I found the right ones and just kind of got used to it. And here we are. I'm a fiend.
But yeah, it's growing on me. I'm sure if it was more widely available, I would buy a 4-pack and just drink them myself casually, like just outside of the channel and everything, and just like, because I definitely do appreciate this beer.
Right.
Because it is a good beer. I do love it. But because this is a comparison episode with me,
gotta stay tried and true.
And it's not even the fact of this is my favorite IPA and nothing's going to take my favorite IPA. It is strictly just because of the fact of, this one is just so different from this one. And with the double hops, it just doesn't really click too well with me.
I get it.
But it is growing on me, and I do like it. So,
well, I think that wraps up episode 2 of 2022 Insanity.
Dose 2s.
Yeah.
That's like 4.
I mean, if you're like counting up all the 2022, there's like 6.
Right.
But that's fine.
With that, I am Blake. This is Adam. And with that, signing off. Give me a King Su.
All right.